Hello everybody, my name is Ace. Today we're going to be doing a mission in the Paladin, and this is a mission that I think is quite appropriate for a Marauder. This is the mission called the Blockade. So if you go here, I've already got it actually selected here. It's a blockade that's being conducted by the pesky Blood Raiders. So they're trying to blockade this Stargate actually from the scope. And hindering them transporting stuff through this Stargate, and that's a very big deal for them. So I'm thinking it would be a very good mission for the Paladin, because in this mission you just have like one location. You don't have any acceleration gates, you just have one location. So this will be very appropriate for me to just go in there, Bastion up, destroy everything. This mission is known for being like a mission where there's a lot of NPCs, takes a long time, and it's not really one of those blitzable missions because it takes a long time to do. But the Paladin has got a lot of DPS when it's in Bastion, and that's what all Marauders in general do, so I think it'll be a very appropriate mission for the Paladin, especially because they're Blood Raiders, so they've got low EM and thermal resistance, so it'll be very smooth in that regard, because we're doing particularly that damage type you see there, EM and thermal resistance. Something actually I was thinking is that some people say that, I mean, this Paladin is not particularly expensive, but for people who are using really expensive Marauders, something that could be good actually if you want to avoid ganks is to put a Cloaking Device, and that's quite possible because you've got lots of like these, these high utility highs. You could maybe put a Cloaking Device there. Only problem is I don't have enough CPU, but I think it definitely could be a possibility. Just put a basic Cloaking Device, because often what happens is the people who try to gank you, they're on these like Stargates, and then they just try to gank you there. So if you have a Cloaking Device, it could help as well, because you've got this MWD, so you could just like do a MWD pulse and then just, go back towards the gate and try to have maybe a chance to avoid gank, because that could be a possibility right there. But okay, let's get started with this mission right here. Here's the blockaded Stargate that needs to be saved. We've got all these Blood Raiders here who are causing lots of trouble. So we'll start taking these guys out. Okay, let's see. There's a bunch of destroyers. They should go down really fast. In fact, I can take my drones and just have them go under the destroyers. There we go. This drones and the destroyers like that, because these destroyers will go down very fast. I think maybe I'll have a bit of a tracking issue when, if I try shooting them right now and they're this close. Usually I wouldn't have much issues destroying destroyers with the pulse lasers that I've got, but I think maybe it will be a bit of a problem with when they're this close. And also something is that we've got frigates on the grid as well that need to be taken out. Well, pulse a large armor repair cycle actually. There we go. Take this guy. No, that's he's too far away. Scorch. There we go. Good. I'm just trying to micromanage stuff a little bit here. It's a little bit too much. Okay, there we go. Good. We just take out all these guys that are really far away. We'll just have our drones go on these guys. Yeah, there. Okay, so we've got these destroyers over here that I can just take out. There we go. One tap basically. And we can just have one of these pulses go on this one over here. Pretty simple. There's a lot of NPCs, but nothing the Paladin can't handle. I'm thinking definitely it'll be a really good thing to do with these Marauders is to go into these like Triglavian minor victory systems, because then you'll be able to, you'll be able to have something that's quite challenging. Triglavians, generally speaking, quite challenging, a lot more challenging than the NPCs in L4 missions. So I think it would probably be a good idea to actually, go with, try challenging some Triglavian fleets in the Marauder, try face tanking them and just obliterating them with your high DPS. I think maybe the Golem would be best for that actually, because the Golem can apply pretty well to even small stuff, and also it can tank quite a bit more, I found, per second than the Paladin. But then again, the reactive arm hardener is really good because you can reactively like get your resistances to adapt to damage at hand, and it can really help like me getting really high resistances against the Triglavians, and you would tank a lot in that way. So I'm not sure. There's just a little bit different ways the shield boosting and the armor repair work. It's just these reactive arm hardeners, they can really help a lot over time. Just get a lot of very high resistances to really adapt to what you're facing actually. Okay, we've got these cruisers over here. I'm using the Scorch because they're quite far away. It's still not close enough for conflag, and I don't think it'll be as good actually to use conflag, because I'll be missing a lot of the shots. Or even if I will be missing, I'll be doing a lot of these like grazing kind of shots, and the grazing shots are the ones which, you know, they're not really worth it. But here, actually, here I think I could. These cruisers are very close. There we go. This guy here, and there we go. This guy here. There we go. They're getting quite close now. Is there anything else? There must be more stuff than this. I remember the blockade being taking quite a long time. Okay. Look at how fast that guy died. Okay, what is our fall off now? 50 kilometer range. Okay. I guess we could try with a bit of conflag, but we're not going to have the best. We're actually getting a lot of glances shots right here. Penetrates is good, but the glances is not the best. And if we get a lot of those, okay, we're not actually getting a whole lot of bad shots, so that's quite good. That's good. Something maybe like this, when I was talking about the cloaking device before, is maybe I could just remove these, and I could put like a cloaking device, a basic cloaking device maybe. No, it's like the cloaking device. They use a lot of CPU actually, a lot of CPU. More NPCs. I'm thinking maybe we could even MJD perhaps, because they're quite far away, these guys. Wondering what should I do, because there's only one of them over here. They keep spawning here. I don't know if there's a particular location they spawn, if I knew something beforehand. There's like maybe an optimal location for a paladin to bastion up at. That'll be maybe possible thing to do. Let's attack these frigates over here. Measly frigates. But something I was actually thinking that would be probably the best actually for my paladin would be to just go with a auto-targeting system, because the auto-targeting system will give me extra, enable me to attack or lock up more targets at the same time. Actually, it increases your max targeting amount by 2, and it uses hardly any CPU, at least the Tech 1 variant of the auto-targeting system. It's a bit strange because the Tech 2 variant, it uses quite like, I think 10 or something CPU, but the Tech 1 variant uses only 1 CPU. It's just a bit strange, just the way it works. It uses significantly more just from doing the Tech 2 variant. Okay, what is an optimal range? 86, so we're basically applying perfectly now with the Scorch at this range actually. So we'll get a lot of good shots. So even though maybe we're not doing as much DPS as the conflag, but we're going to do a lot of good shots. We actually are getting some grazes though, so that's quite annoying. Okay, well, look how the Paladin can lock up a lot of stuff even without any auto-targeting script. So it shows that we'll be able to lock up so much things, just have everything just locked up and ready to be shot down. Easy peasy, easy peasy. These guys are just so easy. What is this? Thinking maybe I'll start moving actually and just bastion up a little bit down there, because it seems a bit, the location I'm at, it doesn't seem to be particularly good. Like everything is out of conflag range. Actually, then again, maybe it is. No, we'll try. We'll try moving down here. Go towards here, something like that. If we go maybe like this, you hold down Q. People ask me all the time, how do you do this? Hold down Q, and then you just you click once, and then click again like this. Then you're able to move. Okay, we'll move there. Just a little bit more until we're in the range of conflag. Then it'll be good. Let's bastion up here and start armor repairing a little bit. Now, just take out all of these guys. Actually, we can just put a bit of conflag. Conflag, yeah, there we go. Okay, now it should. I don't know. Look, this is the thing. I don't know if it was actually just fast. Probably it was just faster for me to just stay and put. I don't know if that little trip right there to move myself actually was worth the time to be able to, you know, use conflag. Because even now we're not using conflag at a particularly optimal range actually. So it probably would have been just better to just stay put and just keep using Scorch. To be honest, Scorch is pretty powerful. It's got a good range. And it's also got pretty decent DPS. It's not like there's like radio ammo that you just like basically no DPS. It's one of the most longest range weapon crystal that you can have. It has really good DPS. I mean, a really good range, but basically no DPS. Yeah, we basically have to use a Scorch, even though we had to move. Then again, we can use conflag on these guys over here. I think these NPCs are actually trying to kite, because they look like they're orbiting. So this must be their optimal range. They want to like orbit at like 50, 40 kilometers like that. The Paladin is really having to take a bit of a beating here. I've not really armor repaired it too much. You know, the EOM skin that I love so much is getting all messed up. No, don't mess up my pretty paint job. I'll have to repair it with the armor repair. This is something I've noticed really in general with armor repairs, that I've actually asked on the eveonline Reddit, see if any people know why we don't have extra large armor pairs, because I think they should. It's strange that we don't have extra large armor pairs. We have extra large shield boosters. In general, it just feels a lot easier to achieve like a higher EHP per second with the shield boosters than the armor pairs. But it kind of, there's actually some things I didn't know about. It has to do with you can achieve a lot bigger buffer a lot easier with the armor plates. So you know those armor plates, it's a lot easier to achieve a buffer tank with armor plates. So that's kind of a thing they get. So they get the ability to have very big arm buffer tanks, and then the shield guys, they get ability to have a better active tank. But I still think it's a bit strange. Like I don't see a reason why, but it sort of makes sense that you want. I guess that it'll be a bit harder to, like if we just think of it a bit logically, like it's hard to repair, like physically repair. I would say it would be a bit harder to physically repair armor than to actually like boost a shield. I don't know. It just it feels like it would be a harder procedure to do mid combat. So it makes a little bit of sense from that regard. But I don't know, I feel like my Paladin has a lot harder time actually achieving as much EHP per second tank as my Golem, even though I have more modules and I still have less tank than a Golem does. But that was still a hefty boost rate I got there. It was pretty decent. Yeah, 5,000 HP in one cycle. Basically, half the full HP is from one cycle. But it is also because I've got Asclepion, so it makes everything a lot better as well. Still, 5,000 from one cycle, absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy. It is a very long cycle time though, but 11 seconds is still pretty. It's just 5,000 HP is just absolutely crazy. Okay, let's put a bit of Scorch. They're getting quite far away, these guys. There we go. Each one of these has how much damage? 800 DPS. Yeah, it's like a battleship in itself, just one of these two turrets here. I think that's it, actually. I don't think there's more to it than this. This must be the end of the wave. Maybe we could even pull in some wrecks, actually, just to get a little bit of loot, but they're quite far away now. Oh, where's this cargo container dropped? I wonder what's in there. Let's stop Bastion. So do they want a cargo container of some sort? Eliminate the leader of the pirates blockading the Stargate. You will be informed of this dispatching demise should disperse the pirate gang eventually. I wonder what's in here. Let's check what's in here. There's a cargo container that dropped from the last battleship. Just metal scraps. Okay, strange. Okay, whatever. There's a lot of wrecks here. It could actually be worth that I bring some guy who just like an alt who can just go around who's salvaging things. I don't really like using alts though. It feels like the cost benefit thing is not there. If I did have a handy alt, then I could have him just go around collecting all these items and just salvage stuff. It would be really cool actually. Or I can, not really cool, but like quite profitable actually. Just look at all these wrecks and look at all the loot you could get from this. I could obviously loot everything, but I feel like almost now with the Marauder update, or like how we've got Marauders that are a lot stronger than they used to be, it's actually just better to just destroy stuff as fast as possible, because they just destroy stuff faster than you can actually pull stuff in, I think. I don't know. Maybe you could just think of pulling in the large stuff, because the large stuff would obviously have the best stuff. Usually the small NPCs, they don't have so good loot in them. It's just a thing I've noticed. Okay, so the blockade done. How fast did that take? It took about, I think it took 10 minutes or something, because I was here for a little bit. And we finished it also like a couple of minutes ago as well. It's not just right now we finished it. So that was pretty fast actually. I've seen people doing it much slower times, but the Paladin just chews through. It looks almost like a spear, and it just kind of, or like a battering ram, and it just battering ram through that blockade like as if it was nothing. Really powerful ship. This ship is absolutely amazing. I love that they changed the orders the way they did. It feels so satisfying to use these ships. They've got an actual purpose now, not like they were before, just a glorious battleship that is waiting to get ganked without any. That it performs to a similar amount as the pirate ships. Now they are actually in their league of their own. the blockade just finished like that. This is really like like when I do the blitzing of missions to get as much ISK as possible, I can think that doing these kind of missions would actually be quite profitable in a Marauder, because they give quite a lot of LP and ISK. It's just that there's a lot of NPCs that need to be destroyed, but this Paladin just goes through so quickly that I think it still is actually profitable to do those kind of missions if you are there blitzing missions. It's the tanks everything really well as well. There were so many NPCs on the grid, but we're tanking no problem whatsoever. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this video right here. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.